Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Legion Alpha, and we are going to be looking at our little pink-haired Arcane Mage. Oh, yes, we are. What have they done with the Arcane Mage? What is the class fantasy, you might ask yourself? What are they going to do with it? Well, they've done some things to it. Some people are liking it, some people are not. This is one of the classes that I played on Stream Week, and I was disturbed to see that it's lost a lot of the interaction I actually found really funny was Draenor. Arcane typically known as that spec that's for morons in a lot of ways. And I think that's fair to say. A lot of people judge Arcane on the face value if you seem to be pressing one button all the time, and sometimes it's actually preferable to press that one button and get laughed at. So they changed it in WoD and gave it the mana management and made that work out really well and gave some cool spells like Arcane Orb and all that kind of stuff. And your interactions of how your spells work using Nether Tempest with maximum stuff. Now what they've done in Legion is actually take a lot of that away again, unfortunately. And the playstyle seems to have shifted rather dramatically. So first we need to look at the mastery. No longer do you have these sort of invisible cutoff points where you'll start doing less damage and you're trying to float around being 100% mana all the time, or 90% realistically speaking, and making choices on when to drop your stacks of Arcane Charge with Arcane Barrage. Can you squeeze in another Arcane Blast? Will that take you below the mana threshold? Will you get an Arcane Missiles proc to allow yourself to regen at the same time? These were all important choices. Those have been taken away. What you can see now is the mastery is increases your mana regen. Arcane charges increase the damage of affected spells by an additional 20%. So it literally, you can yourself without suffering any consequences in terms of damage reduction. You can absolutely just Arcane Blast your way all the way down to 0 should you wish to do so. We still have Evocation on a 1.5 minute cooldown in order to come back from that. So mana management is essentially kind of gone. And the reason for that is some people are really confused as to whether this is the idea they're going with, is that Arcane Barrage has been buffed to the point where we're looking at numbers and stuff. Now, this is particularly true when you've got your artifact weapon, is that Arcane Barrage is worth casting at 4 stacks rather than continuing to cast Arcane, rather than continue to try to work in more Arcane Blasts. It's better to actually get the 4 and then dump it. Now, in the state we're in, we don't have access to the artifacts and a lot of the unlocked traits you'll get via leveling. So we'll be kind of doing a mishmash of both. Ultimately, the idea is you just don't want to go out of mana unless you have Evocation off cooldown, but you won't be punished too severely for going down to like any other level than 0. As long as you can still cast, you're still fine. We still have Arcane Power. But we pick up some interesting talents on the way. We still have counter spells. Arcane Missiles is still a proc, as usual. Supernova still exists. Spell Steal still's there. Blink's still there. We, of course, get Displacement, which means you can blink continuously. Yeah, still suffers the global cooldown, but you can, in fact, do that. With a 1.5 minute cooldown. We still have Greater Invisibility. Yeah. Always a big must for the Arcane Mages. They love that. We still get to see the old Ice Barrier as standard. We still have Slowfall. The usual stuff still exists, including the old Frost Nova. They've not found like an Arcane equivalent of that yet. Still remaining in the Frost. So we still get Slow as well. So that's the general look and feel of the basics. Let's have a look at the talents then. The Arcane Familiar. Now, you summon a familiar that attacks your enemies and increases your maximum mana by 10% and lasts for 1 hour. Yes, we do. We got a little friend, and here he is. Hello. Sup, buddy? Little guy. And he does a little bit of extra damage. You can also get Presence of Mind, which is a 1 minute cooldown and gives your next 4 Arcane Blasts will be instant. This kind of ties into the idea that maybe Blizzard's pushing is that you want to get to a 4-stack Arcane Barrage as quickly as possible. Especially when we're doing AoE. There's a lot of cleave potential here. It actually does crazy damage. So bear in mind that that mindset exists. So Torrent, your Arcane Barrage deals 25% increased damage per target it hits. Again, even buffing more. You'll see a lot of emphasis towards Arcane Barrage, rather than the Arcane Blast style of play. Begin Shimmer, Cauterize, and Ice Block as usual. Mirror Images is still there. Rune of Power still fucking exists. Now with a 45-second recharge, it's like a short-term DPS buff, but it's still Rune of Power. Incanter's Flow, which is obviously much better for what we're doing while we'll be moving around and doing this sort of artifact quest that we're going to be doing. Supernova still exists. Yeah. Charged Up, when activated, generates 4 Arcane Charges. Almost seems like a very quick way. Instead of trying to look at this as a way of getting to 4 Arcane Charges so you can start doing heavy damage early, it seems more like a reset for Arcane Barrage. Maybe. I'm going to keep putting that caveat in there. Maybe. Some people looking at that, although others have said there's no way an Arcane Barrage should be way more powerful than a 4-stack Arcane Blast. That doesn't make any sense. I tend to agree. I'm just saying this is how the spec looks right now. So Words of Power. Channeling Evocation now generates 1 charge of arcane missiles every 2 seconds, which is cool. Ice Flows, Ring of Frost, and Ice Ward. You guys know about them. Nether Tempest, Unstable Magic. And the new one, Erosion. Your attacks erode the target's resistances, increasing all damage the target takes from your spells by 1%, stacking up to 10 times. After 3 seconds of not taking damage from your spells, this effect will decrease by 1% every 1 second. This decreases really fast, to the point where if you do a slight movement, you'll lose the stack of Erosion. It could do with a little bit longer leeway there, like 1.2 seconds would probably be better. I think that would be a far better suitable situation to be in. Arcane Orb still exists, doing exactly what it did previously. Overpowered, still there. And also we gain Quickening. Now, this actually works really well with Erosion, which is why I picked up this combo. So what is Quickening? Arcane Blast and Arcane Missiles also grant 2% haste for 6 seconds, stacking up to 100 times. Yeah? This effect is cleared when you cast Arcane Barrage. So as I don't have all the buffs to Arcane Barrage, I'll be doing a lot more Arcane Blasting, and Quickening and Erosion work really nicely together to get the Erosion stacks up quickly, and the Quickening stacks just keep growing. And we should be fine for using Evocation in the meantime. So that's kind of how we're going to be playing it right now, okay? Now, not to say that isn't going to change in the future, but we'll have to pay attention to that when I actually do some leveling on this and unlock some artifact power and so on and so forth. This is a semi-blind playthrough. It's a duplicate of the Disc Quest. Spoilers. It's a duplicate of the Disc Quest almost exactly, so we stopped doing it on streaming. So I've played a little bit of it, but I haven't finished the quest, so maybe the latter part is actually going to be quite new. So we're hoping. So we're going to be chasing Aluneth. Aluneth was most notably wielded for a time by Aegwynn, and the only female guardian of Tirisfal. Although stories indicate that she is far older than she. Toward the end of Aegwynn's life, she entrusted the staff to the Blue Dragonflight, deeming the staff too dangerous to use. They locked it away in a secret vault where it remains still. Now, I haven't done the Mage in ages. I haven't played a Fire Mage for a few weeks now on Legion, as there's been so many new specs. So we're still missing Frost. That's still not in the game yet. So the Mage quests have a hell of a lot of lore tied to mages. And I'm going to bugger up their names because you guys know by now I'm not that into the past history of World of Warcraft. It just doesn't tickle me the way it tickles other people. So I don't mean to butcher their names. I probably will, though. So you guys get that, okay? It's not intentional. The Dreadlord Cathra Natir is defeated, but only for now. If we wish to save Azeroth from his evil, we must reform the Tiras Guard. Then we can hunt him down in the Twisting Nether before he has a chance to recover and share his secrets with the Burning Legion. So I have skipped the prologue because that exists in the other videos. You guys can see that. This is the old Mage sort of hangout, the Tiras Guard hangout that we're hopefully going to fix up. So now we've chosen our artifact weapon. Goodbye. The Dreadlord Cathra Natir is defeated, but only for now. Yeah, okay, Aluneth. Aluneth, a powerful and dangerous weapon. If tales are to be believed, Aluneth is actually the name of a very old and very powerful arcane entity, somehow bound to the weapon through ancient magic. Maita, the mage who created the staff long ago, scribed scrolls that illuminate how powerful mage might bind themselves to Aluneth and assume control over it. Aegwynn used those scrolls to seize the staff for a time, so there is likely somewhere in this very hall itself. And they are. They're just literally lying right here. These very important scrolls are just sort of dangling around the room. I've got to say, I do quite like the no cooldown blink. It's very cool. Although it puts blink back on cooldown if you don't press it again, which kind of sucks. There we go. Found them. That was hard. I'm listening. Yeah, we know. This hall houses many powerful remnants of a mage order unlike any the modern world has seen. These scrolls are just the start. With the scrolls in hand, now you must set to the task of finding the staff. When Aegwynn relinquished it many years ago, it was entrusted to Kirin Tor, who, fearing its unbridled power, handed it to the Blue Dragonflight only to secure away from the hands of men. Only they would know exactly where it was taken or how to retrieve it. The dragon Kalek may be our best chance. He now resides upon the Council of Six in Dalaran. Seek him and your answers there. So off we go. Let's go and meet Mr. Kalek. So for many of you, you will be absolutely familiar with what's about to happen. If you've watched my other videos on the Discipline Priest, it is identical. Up until the point where we reach the Nexus, which obviously, that shouldn't be a spoiler. If we're going to see the Blue Dragonflight, you should know about the Nexus. I haven't done anything in the Nexus on the Arcane Mage, so bear that in mind. I'll put a little link down below if you want to skip straight to the Nexus section. But the stuff leading up to there and our flight across Northrend is identical to the Disc Priest.
There is no time to waste.
So you seek Aluneth, a dangerous weapon to be sure. Long ago, the Kirin Tor entrusted the blue dragonflight to its safekeeping. It was locked away in the only place that could contain its rampant power, the Nexus. I have not been there in some time, however. After the blue dragonflight was dissolved, the Nexus was abandoned. There is no knowing whether the Nexus Vault is still intact, or what may be waiting in the Nexus itself. If you seek the Nexus, I would warn not to rush headlong. There are strange happenings in Caldara, and it would be best to gather some information before proceeding. At my last visit to the Dragon Blight, I sensed unusual energies from the Azure Dragon Shrine. Since this place was very closely tied to the Malygos' plans during the Nexus Wars, whatever is present there may explain the current state of the Nexus. I cannot accompany you, but this crystal can be used to communicate with you. Cool. I'm using this blink ability way too often. It's very cool and totally unnecessary. In fact, should have saved it until we're inside here. So we're going to head off down to, luckily, unlike some of the other artifact quests that drop you in the middle of fucking nowhere and then say things like, oh, you know what you should do? You should fly your ass all the way across Northrend. We will be doing that, but the first stage of this is actually going to be at the Dragon Blight, which is exactly where the portal takes us, which is quite handy. It's just a shame that the next part isn't anywhere near Dragon Blight, which is a pity. So off we go. We also have to ignore, I guess, that Kalek is actually here. He's stood over here somewhere. There he is. Hi, Kalek. I know you couldn't accompany me, but we'll just pretend you're not there. So down into the Azure Dragon Shrine we go. Yes, indeed. This place is so awesome. Every time, I've got to admit, today I've done lots of quests that have involved me being in Northrend. I just look at that in the background, man. Every time I come back here now, because I said in the other video, I don't do transmog with my characters, so I don't visit these places very often. In fact, it's been a couple of years, probably, that I just get this, like, feeling of, God, I miss this. Especially after talking about the idea of having these over-the-top zones. This device appears to be exploiting the void energy released when Malygos forced Azeroth's ley lines into the Twisting Nether. I do vaguely remember doing these ley line quests when leveling in Northrend, but very, very vaguely. Very vaguely. Click this one. Cool. This weapon has been corrupted with the energy from the Twisting Nether. Yes, indeed. So you'll notice my haste building up now. See, I'm on 6 stacks, and it just goes more and more and more. You can see we got up to 10 stacks of erosion very quickly. This portal is very similar to the ones the Ethereals used in Outland. You may remember that, especially if you did the Ogrelar dailies. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Could it be them? What did Malygos promise? I always loved the Ethereals. They're so badass. Bro, do you even? I haven't got my familiar out. Bro, come on. You can see how erosion wore out because I used 1 global cooldown? Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. It's a bit of a bummer. But luckily, with the haste wheel generating from our level 100 ability, it's not an issue for too long. A new threat. This appears to be a communication device commonly utilized by the Ethereals. Perhaps it could be the key to finding out who's behind the happenings at the Dragon Shrine. The device still hums with power. It must have been abandoned not long ago. The nearby switch appears to activate it. There. Look how cool they look. And they're so much better than just Valor upgrade bros. I thought I had ordered all to return to the Nexus. What is this? Another intruder come to claim the artifacts from the Nexus Vault. You are too late, Mage. Even now, the power of the artifacts serve to widen the breach within the Twisting Nether. With this power, the Ethereum will become an unstoppable force. We will become void. So the Ethereum has taken the Nexus, and yet, that seems the least of our worries. If they truly seek to widen the breach into the Twisting Nether, then they pose a threat to all of Azeroth. It would seem that fate has not set you on this path for a reason. Not only must you recover the artifacts, but you must put a stop to the Ethereum as well. I regret that I cannot assist you more directly, but I will guide you as I can. You should travel at once to Caldara in the Borean Tundra. There, I would recommend you scout out a few key locations and report back to me. So, we're off to the Nexus, which is all the way over there. And there's no quick way of getting there. So what I'll do is I'll just simply cut the video for this travel time, because all we're going to do is fly all the way there. Alright guys, back in a moment. And we are making our approach on Caldara, thankfully. What a long-ass flight that is. I'm not saying it isn't cool to fly over these old areas, but it is long, but it's not as cool as this. This place is so awesome. I fucking love it, man. It looks fantastic. Right, the Nexus Spire scouted, so that should be up here. It's a shame people never really appreciated this, or even skipped it because they leveled in dungeons and never got to come. And I mean, the quests around here are pretty cool, honestly. It's like a big loop of stuff. So where do we go to scout the spire? All the way up, or what? The band of variants. Maybe. God, look at that. It looks like I'm traveling through fucking time. Right, spire. Excellent. Whatever the ethereals are up to, they are generating an incredible amount of void energy. Cool. Those surge needles must be what they're using. Flying over once. Fly over once to take a closer look. Okay. This one? Yep. So the Ethereum have altered Malagos' surge needles to tap into the void energy caused by the rift. How did you tell that? Because of the purple? Cool. Their power must also be feeding the shield around the Nexus. Now let's take a look at the Foundation. Alright. There we go. The vault has been weakened. I can see the energy from your artifact breaking its way free. It seems that the Ethereum has gleaned into how to use Malagos' surge needles. Yet, to bore deeper. The energy from Alieneth lashes out from within the weakened Nexus Vault. We may be able to use this raw, chaotic energy to our advantage. If we can harness the energy and feed it into the surge needles, it should cause rather destructive reaction. Empower yourself with unstable arcane energy by defeating arcane aberrants or cipher. Yeah, this is exactly the same as the Disc Priest. And if I remember right, yeah, doing these breaches is far better than actually, like, killing stuff. Or it was, anyway. Do we click them? I can't remember. Woo! This guy's hurt. Okay, I'm gonna die here. Ah! Bye-bye. Oh, man. That was pretty scary. Oh, they're killing my familiar. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Blink, 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 blink. I've got to pull everything on the way out, but it's fine. It's not fine. It's bad. Ice barrier go. Cauterize on. Whee! Okay, are we fine now? Come on. Come on, say I'm fine. Say I'm fine. This is a bad start. Oh, God, there's still somebody here. Fuck off, bro. There's so many of them. Fucking get out of here, buddy. Oh, my God. They're still coming. Look at all these guys. Fuck off, man. I'm gonna have greater rivers back by the time they stop chasing me. Come on. Are you guys for fucking real? I'm in the shield, the protective shield. Go away. They're still coming. Invis. Thank God, that was crazy. I probably didn't handle it the best way, but still, it was pretty crazy. Don't want to wipe on the Arcane Mage. That would be really tragic. I'd never forgive myself if that happened. Okay, let's take it a little bit slower than pulling like 9 of those mobs. That would be a good idea. Let's try that again. In we go, folks. You guys would have been laughing your fucking ass off if I died on this artifact quest. I would never have lived it down. You're like, do you remember when you died on the Arcane Mage artifact quest? That was funny. Yeah. You guys know. What does this give us? 50% chance of inflicting arcane damage on hit. Awesome. Let's move these over a bit so I can actually see debuffs. I love how quickly that stacks. It stacks up your erosion once you get the haste going. One thing you'll notice is that immediately on getting out of combat, guys, you lose your arcane stacks, like, immediately. There's, like, no fucking around at all. Watch, they'll just disappear so quickly. And now they're not. I mean, it might be as soon as I get back into combat, honestly. Yeah, that gives so much more. Yeah, see the way it disappeared then? Oh, lost my erosion. Boo-hoo. Go! Oh, I've got numlock on. Woo! There we go. You can see how hard Arcane Barrage is hitting already. You're getting the idea of what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. I'd rather just click another thingy. Is there 2 behind there? Yeah, there is. We should be fine. Spell steal that buff. Let's get our Arcane Barrage cleave off. Look at how much damage it does. It's fucking crazy. So you can definitely get the sense of what I was talking about, is that they probably want you to start thinking that way. Like 4 stacks, dump any procs you've got like Arcane Missiles, and then Chumbawumba it in the face. This should hopefully be the last one. Gimme! Well, that'll teach me to go in like an absolute hammer. I see you're able to harness the energies of Alineth. It has been a long time since there was a mage that could control it. Are you prepared to unleash it? Certainly am. You have the power you need to destroy the Surge Needles. At the location of the breaches where the Surge Needles pierce the ground, there will be a large concentration of void energy. Focus the power of Alineth into these points of focus void, and the reaction should cause an overload. Cool. Which is, it's still what the Disc Priest had to do. They're still getting away from it. It is absolutely still what the Disc Priest had to do. I would rather you guys be casting on me at the moment. What's that? Damage increased by 100%. Nice! I'll take it. Fuck it, that's arcane power. I'll take your buffs. Get that buff. Thank you. Thank you. Supernova it up. Boom. Yeah, it's so cool that Arcane Missiles like stacks all the erosion charges. Love that. I was really worried that Arcane Missiles would like count as 1 erosion. That would suck. Overloaded. Don't follow me. Yeah, fucked it. Next one. So we're going to have to do 3 of these. Which is a little better than doing it on the Disc Priest, because the DPS of the Disc Priest wasn't exactly the best. Yeah, that's I think that's a fair shout there. Look at these guys, so cool. No! Go away. Have you got a buff? Yes. Cast. Thank you. Definitely seems a little buggy sometimes, like on cast times, and that's I'm just noticing it more and more and more as I'm playing. Is that it just seems to like not pick up that you're doing stuff. I'd like to say it was always line of sight issues, but it's really not. They could. I'm still confused, right? If they are going for this sort of new playstyle, after so many expansions, why have they not upgraded the spell effect of Arcane Blast? I mean, of all the things that could probably do with an upgrade, it really seems to me like the Arcane Blast animation is something that they could do something so cool with the colors involved. You know, the purple and the pink and all that kind of stuff. They could make it really, really nice, and it's just. Another expansion of pressing that button so much and it not doing anything. Like, visually has no balls to it at all. It's just a shaven baby dick is what it is. It's unimpressive and I just want to turn away. I don't know why it's there. Just get rid of it. Let's have something else. Can't we just have anything else? That would be nice. Well, apparently not. Apparently we're going to stick with this plan. Give me your buff. Thank you. Oh, I broke off my cast then. Lame. I'm doing that to make sure I don't lose my stacks. I've had my stacks fall off so often It was worth losing the erosion stacks, not to lose the 4 stack of these arcane blasts. Although it seems to be intermediary now. What I noticed when I played it the other day is that they dropped instantaneously. Like, the second you were out of combat, you lost them. But now it seems actually like maybe he's even fixed. I could go as far as to say. Azyurgos! You must have returned to the Nexus to secure the artifacts in the vault. Malagos always trusted him to watch over the magical items with the care of the flight. I'm afraid I must ask another favour. If the Ethereum managed to capture Azyurgos, then they may be more powerful than I imagined. We have not always seen eye to eye, Azyurgos and I, but he's still my kin. Since you seek to put an end to them and claim Olyaneth, I would ask that you also free my brother from their grip. Yep. The Nexus awaits. Let's go. So far, 0 change, which makes this quest all a little bit lackluster, despite almost dying to it. There's zero change, besides the name of the weapon from the original, which is, you know, it's a little sad. Have I gone in the right portal? Yes. Free Azyurgos from the Ethereals. Okay. Ooh, what's this? It can be dispelled out of existence. Oh, they've added that for priest, I guess. If you've come to engage in battle with me, your hopes to obtain the spurious trinket, don't bother. I hope that doesn't drain all my mana. The Ethereum have been quite effective in taking the bite out of this cold dragon. If it's looting you desire, as your kind so often do, then I would take the fight to them. Okay. Ah, he's actually here now. Excellent. He was missing the last when we did the disc quest here. You might remember that he wasn't actually here. God, that hits so fucking hard, even with like 3 stacks of erosion. God, it's so good. Arcane Barrage is so much more powerful. Wait, are you here after them? In that case, I could use a hand here. Yeah, see? You misjudged me, buddy. Right, we'll just kill this one. Pew! Oh, I didn't kill him. Woo, fancy. I've never had one of those actually cast at me before. That's kind of cool. Reach the librarium and find a way into the Nexus Vault. So is he actually going to come with me? Last time he was invisible for all of the disc quest. I assume you're here for the Nexus Vault. I can't understand why anyone else would want to return to this place. Well, now you know. Unfortunately, he's no longer quite attached to the Nexus. If you can help me access the librarium, then I will find a way through. Now, I think I'll slip into a more comfortable form. These halls were never quite big enough for my taste. Okay, this. Oh, shit. That's where it just tried to chase the disc, because it tried to give me a party. You see that? Okay, let's go. No, dispel them, Azyurgos. You're not spell stealing enough. Noob. What a noob. It is powerfully a quite chaotic artifact. It will lash out us if we try to approach. Be prepared. I'm prepared. Don't worry about me. Ooh, what's all this? Oh, God. Can I be dispelled out of existence? That would be pretty bad. That would be a pretty bad situation to be in. Oh, shit. I've done it again. I've ended up in a bad scenario, squad. Put the ice barrier up. Azyurgos has got my back. I should really stop blinking into, like, crazy bad situations. Give me this. I hope no one tries to dispel me out of existence. Can I click these off? I can. I'm so worried that might happen. Holy shit, can you imagine? I wonder what happens if you keep that buff and you bump into a player. That could be cool. That would be interesting to see if that happens that way. I don't think it would. Well, maybe. I mean, it's a debuff in the game, right? Curiouser and curiouser. Oh, I see it. Wait, reset then? I don't get what happens there with this combat thing. It's really strange. Evade. Gotcha. I think as Yorgos he's taking the benefit of my erosion stacks. I'm probably wrong, but he could be. I don't remember him being this powerful when I did this as a Disc Priest, not all. Ah, see, it reset again. Yeah, I don't get what's going on there. Maybe one of you guys knows what's going on there. Like, sometimes I've had those things stay for ages outside of combat, and then times like this, they just seem to, like, fuck up and just disappear immediately. It's so weird to manage the stacks and predict your next movement. That's all. That's the only thing that's concerning me, is I'm not sure what to do next. So, we're going to here, I think. We're here. Now, let me see if we can find a way to the vault. Yep. You do your thing, I'll do mine. How you doing, little buddy? You good? Good. As I suspected, the main entrance to the vault was broken off when Malagos created the breach into the Nether during the Nexus Wars. There must be some other way to reach its powers. Aha! That's it. Wait a minute. The energy from the vault is surging. Brace yourself. Defeat the Echo of Alieneth. Ooh. Get to 4 stacks and then we'll arcane power it and just go ham. Beep! Pew 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 pew. See, I'm debating now whether I should just be spamming, trying to get barrage up or not, but we'll see. What I'll do is I'll do arcane power runs out in 4 seconds. 2, 1. Whee! Just hoping for more, I guess. But you can see how mana's not an issue, really, at all. Until we get another supernova off. Try to take advantage of the haste as much as possible. I knew I'd get a 3rd arcane missiles proc then. At least it still works the same way. We'll just burn him down at this point. And down you go, buddy. Come on. Arcane barrage. Pachoo! Reach the rift. Strange that they've just completely duplicated the quest. We've had this argument back and forth a few times with a few people. As I say, using the environment, using the Nexus, fine, do that. That's cool, right? The Nexus is a cool looking place. Very fancy. Even fits the Arcane theme. But, like, the exact same quest is really lazy. Like, changing one... You've literally changed one word. Let's see if my things disappear. They didn't disappear. What if you attack a different, like, mob type? Because it was between the Arcane Aberrants and these Void Touch guys. Give me that buff. Nice. Pew! 100,000 Arcane Blast. Still probably going to be the kings of single target damage, that's for sure. Because this place is so cool. Let's just do a different quest here. Wait, didn't there used to be a bridge here? They certainly did. You fools. You may have destroyed the Surge Needles, but you are too late to stop us. The power of Alieneth will suffice to rip open the breach. What's this music? Wait, it looks like they're channeling the energy from the vault into the breach. This is not good. No, turn into a dragon. Come, we will show the Ethereals that I still have some fight left in me. Avanti! I'll bring whatever power I have to bear against the Nexus Prince Mage, because this is an awesome moment. But if you kept it individual to a different spec, then people might be tempted to try that out, right? Into the breach we head, ladies and gents. You are too late, interlopers. Nothing can stop me now. I hope you are prepared. Certainly am. Got bloodlust and arcane power. GG. Job done.
I'm out of range.
You gotta give yourself a damage buff? That would be nice. Oh, he knocked me off! Jump on his back to avoid force of gravity. What the hell? Come on. I'm right there, bro. Oh, I wasted my arcane power on my fucking bloodlust, bro. Yeah, just die. My familiar disappeared. Come back. Oh, the haste levels I'm getting from my talents. Well, that was annoying. I'd like to have had another go at that. Are you supposed to follow it around the room, maybe? Seize control of Alieneth. Where is it? Oh. Nope. You should be able to access the vault through the rift here. I can open a portal, but I'll have to remain here to keep it open. Okay. What's that walk, though? Oh, I really wish that I could have got it to you do that mechanic again. The way's open. Hurry, little gnome. I can't keep it open for long. The beyond. Yes. Come to me, Aluneth. My Aluneth. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Ow, ow. The hell was that? Da da da! Done. Yeah, it's an interesting quest. Sort of. It's an interesting quest. It's a long travel journey to get it. It's okay. Maybe perhaps the Arcane Mage just quite isn't in the fun of places I would like. I know some people are actually really liking the changes, so I'm not going to make too many judgments until I play it a little bit more and get more of a feel. When you gain an Arcane charge, you have a chance to trigger a Force Bolt, dealing so it's passive damage. Okay. So let's go and get our Artifact ability. I'm going to actually spend, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm going to spend quite a lot of time with the Arcane Mage because I feel it has potential once it's got Artifact power to do something good. Never have I seen a priest capable of controlling Alieneth. You know who changed all the words, Bliss? The Ethereals have been routed, and you have the weapon you came for. Your business is done here, but mine has just begun. So if you were ever unsure as to whether this quest was designed with priests in mind or arcane mages, there's your answer. I thank you for freeing me. You have given me the greatest gift of all, that of time. I will use that time to secure the Nexus. It is obvious that we cannot let it fall to the wrong hands again. This portal will take you back to Kalek. Give the old blue my regards, will you? See, he likes you, Kalek, and you were like, oh, no, see, night to eye. As young as he's a bit of a douche. No, he's not. You're a fucking douche. Red aura, noise. So, potentially, they are going to do a different arcane quest? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, you can even see it there. This quest was just the priest quest. They just give it to Arcane to give you the different weapon. Now, I bet this stuff's got some cool visuals that we'll get to look at in a second, which will be nice. Come on. You have my gratitude for saving us, Yorgos. I can rest easy knowing that the Nexus is under his care. As for you, I can see you're full of surprises. Never in my time have I seen a mage who can control the chaotic energies of Alieneth. Thank you for what you've already done for me kind today. Blah, blah, blah. You're truly the hero. Yes.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
There we go. I was going to say, is this supposed to be a quest? Teleport to the halls of the Guardian, yeah. Which is this one. And now it should be all fancy and swag because they've dolled up the place. Oh, they do it in a minute in the cutscene, so it's a bit of Fantasia type stuff where they got all the brooms dancing and shit. I seem to recall that happening, so it's probably going to happen. Oh, no, we've already done it. Boo. I must be fantasizing about that, or maybe they did that in the Fire Mage quest. I'm probably just making it up. The Dreadlord is still saying the same thing. This is far from done then, obviously. Which is probably why it's felt like such a laborious task. You learn quickly. I think Catherine Atir will rue the day he made you his enemy. In ancient times, the Forge of the Guardian, so now unlock your abilities. Cool. Artifacted pass. So this is not the Forge. This is the Forge. Right, so let's get a good view so we can take a look at Alieneth proper and its various styles. Let's get rid of Ice Barrier. There should be about right, I think. No, it moved me anyway. Never mind. Okay, so we get Mark of Alieneth. Create a runic prison under the target, slowing enemies within 5 yards by 50%, inflicting periodic damage, dealing 54,000 arcane damage over 8 seconds. Upon expiring, it explodes, dealing damage equal to 15% of your maximum mana. Which again pushes you towards the Arcane Barrage build. Create a prison under the target. Oh, no, it's maximum mana, not actual mana. Just what your maximum mana is. Okay. Oh, it's actually quite set in stone, that. Oh, that's way less impressive than I thought it was. Yes, excuse me. I thought that was way cooler than it actually is. It's just based on your maximum mana, so it's better if you've got an Arcane Familiar, that's for sure. Your Evocation makes you invulnerable and causes you to deal massive damage based on the mana your Evocation restores. So going actually makes a lot of sense. I wonder how that works. Is it a target ability or an AoE? That's interesting. I want to try that. Touch of the Magi, or the Magi. Arcane Blast has a chance to debuff the target, turning them into an accumulator bomb for 15 seconds. Or pop or blast for 33% of the damage. 15 seconds or death, it equals pop for blast of 33% of damage dealt. That's interesting. So you're going to monitor that debuff then. Now we're starting to see some fucking game face. Alright, so we watch for that debuff and see, oh shit, now it's worth waiting. But I wonder if that will turn into a situation where does it proc a lot or not? Or will you be waiting for that before you pop Arcane Power? Interesting. We'll have to see. Your Arcane Barrage can now bounce up to 5 times. If it successfully bounces 5 times, it will explode in a supernova, dealing massive damage. You can see the push towards Barrage, and I think we'll see more of it in here then. Arcane Explosion Radius increase the damage dealt by Arcane Barrage. Increase the chance for arcane spells to critically strike. Increase the duration of arcane power. Increase the damage dealt by arcane blast. Increase the chance to trigger missiles. Missiles now fire additional missiles. Increase the damage dealt by arcane explosion. Reduce the cooldown of blink. Increase the damage dealt by arcane missiles. Again? Didn't we already have that one? Oh, chance to trigger missiles. More missiles. So they probably want you to start casting a hell of a lot of missiles, which means less barrages, perhaps. Magnitude of Ice Barrier, and slow applies it to everything within 5 yards of your target. Okay, very cool. Some really interesting ones there. Touch of the Magi I want to test out. I really want to test out Arcane Rebound. That sounds super cool to see. This one, not so much. I want to see how it works, but I don't like it yet until it actually turns into something good. It'll be nice, though, if it really does matter, where you're trying to yourself to get a good Aegwyn's Ascendance out. That could be interesting. Let's look at the appearances of the staff then. I think that's a decent enough view we can see there. So, we get that one. I quite like that one, actually. I'm very much into the white and silver models they're doing in Legion. Don't like the green. Don't like the blue. That's a much cooler staff. It's a way cooler staff. Don't like the colour on it, though. That's not too bad. Yeah, I don't like that pink at all. They all have the pink, don't they? Yeah, that pink really lets it down. Magna Unleashed, then. Oh, that's cool. Don't like the green. Don't like the purple. I like that one. Oh, it's a little bit on the priesty side, I'm sure many of you say. And Aegwyn's Fall. Oh, the dark version. Not really into that model. I think this looks quite... Yeah, it's kind of a standard model, that. Yeah, the pink one and the purple one. Yeah, not into them. Not overly impressed there, team. I don't know what you guys feel about that. I kind of like that one in the base model. I like that one, and I particularly like that one. I'm trying to think what set do I wear on my mages that I think is quite nice. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember offhand what transmog I went with, but I'd have to take a look. The Arcane Mage, guys, still a lot of work in progress here. This one needs a lot of time for me to play, so I will do that. Let's see, what was this? Create a runic prison. I need a target. I'm pretty sure that if I go to mob, so we'll go to Orgrimmar. Alright, we can get back here, so let's teleport. Oh, stop. I'm playing an Alliance character. Let's teleport to Stormwind and test it there. I know that I usually go to Shrine of the Two Moons to test out the damage stuff, but I think if you go to Pandaria, you had to delete your character. It gets locked there. Oh, it was doing the other day. Now, to remember where the fuck the training dummies are. I think I remember. I think I remember. Over here-ish? Yeah, it's here. I'm sure of it. I have to remember from the WOD Alpha, which was the last time I was there. Or the WOD Beta, I should say. I'm pretty sure it's in this area. Yeah, it's over here, isn't it? Yes, no, maybe. Show me them. Yes, there we go. Alright, Raiders training dummy, level 85. So it creates a prison. There we go, Mark of Ironeth. Oh, that looks awesome, doesn't it? Increase arcane damage dealt by the caster by 10%. What? For 8 seconds. Oh, yeah, so that does apply to me. Potential power is gathering. Can we see a spell? So 4 lasts for a minute. So this is on 4 stacks. I just want to see this cast. Yeah, so we don't really see anything, unfortunately. That's a pity. I would have liked to have seen it do something. We're on 20 stacks of haste. Look how quickly I'm starting to cast. I believe you can get to 100 if you manage your mana correctly, which obviously I'm not. And it depends on arcane missiles and stuff. But I believe you can do it. 29. Let's see if I can do a quick evocate. 4 seconds. Keep going. I don't have evocate now for a minute and a half, though, which is a bit of a bummer. So we've got to rely on some arcane missiles. To see how look how fast this starts to go. Look at my haste, 88%, 90%. I think I'd have to do a particular talent setup to get it up all the way up to 100. 103% haste. Look at my mana. My mana's been absolutely chewed. So in order to do this, I'd have to like wait and let my mana regen and cast like now. Wait. And cast now. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to get this up to 100. Is by actually trying to abuse it. But still, it's very cool. Look how quickly the missiles go now. Isn't that cool? 52, 53. I'm kind of tempted to see if we can get there. 1. Got it. 3, 2, go. If we do it at 2 seconds each time, we should be alright. Well, maybe not, actually. We need some missiles procs, game. Come on. Okay, wait on the missiles proc. Now. Oh, there we go. Ton of mana back. Excellent. 64. I just want to see how fast it is when it caps out. Come on, give me some missiles procs. Come on, Gabriel. 156% haste here. Not that this would ever be worth doing, but you get the idea. 3, 2, go. God, that's getting fast. Come on, proc for me. Come on. 2 seconds. Oh, more missiles. We're at 70. 2. This. Come on, we got to see how far we can get. We need to get to like 100% mana once we actually do it as well. Give me a proc, game. You're fucking me off, man. There we go. 3, 2, go. Jesus Christ, that's fast. 3, 2, go. We're at 187% of haste value now. 2, go. Wait for it. Let's do another one of these because we're going to get a lot of mana back. Nice. 2, 1, go. 86. We're getting there. I can leave it a little bit longer now, but I don't really need to, I don't think. Mana management is fine. We'll probably throw a few cheeky ones in there, get some procs. 92, 93, 94. Get cheeky, get cheeky. 95. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1, go. Jesus Christ, that's fast. 99. 100. Does it go to 200? No, we've made it. We've made it. We're at full power. 293% haste. I want to get full mana and then we'll burn it. This might be the time. Come on, give me full mana. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Almost there. I only need a little bit more, game. Come on. You can do this for me. Right, we're there. You ready? Arcane power, go. Pew! 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 What's our haste value? It's fucking 300%. Yeah, that is how you drain a mana bar. Super quick. Look at this mana disappear. That's really funny. Oh, I can evocate so quickly before it runs out. Yeah, evocate before it ran out. Wow, that is how you crunch a mana bar down. No one wants to be doing the receiving end of that, do they? Boo! There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Arcane Mage. That was pretty fun. That was a pretty fun way to end it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll pay attention to this. I'm going to play this quite a bit. I'm going to do quite a bit of dungeons, actually. It's on my priority list to play it around with it and check it out and try different things with it. And I'm probably going to level with it and get some artifact power. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.